Living Ahimsa, The Power of Peace, a 60-minute documentary. First change must start within. The ultimate power of peace is within you. Living Ahimsa is the most powerful work for our time. It allows us to take back the world, that is the world within, by cultivating harmony in our thought, speech, and action through the vow of Ahimsa. Since its inauguration in 2001, this movement has attracted more than 150,000 participants worldwide who have taken the vow. Through this work, we learn to transform violence, disease, and despair into harmony, wellness, and joy. Living Ahimsa embodies the deepest value of peace and harmony in every person who strives to do the inner work to cultivate personal awareness. This documentary highlights the Living Ahimsa World Tour, where each day we are proving that the extraordinary work of cultivating inner harmony is shifting the global mind of consciousness. We witness how the pure intention of each person takes root in many corners of the world, energetically rippling out to touch and heal thousands of lives. This film will brilliantly document tour participants' immediate transformation into a spirit of love, happiness, and harmony after taking the vow of Ahimsa. It illuminates the life experiences of thousands of participants who are readily claiming their inner stock of Ahimsa by dissolving fears, disease, and the pervasive sense of fragility, and capture magnificent moments of humanity's transcendence into the light of awareness. The documentary opens in Brazil, a pivotal part of Mother Maya's Living Ahimsa World Tour, which began in December 2009 at the Parliament of World's Religion in Melbourne, Australia. Mother Maya is a rebel with a cause, the leading force behind the 60-minute documentary featuring her world-transforming movement, Living Ahimsa, The Power of Peace. A seasoned world spiritual leader whom, having survived the odyssey of ovarian cancer at the tender age of 21, has been healing and inspiring the earth and its inhabitants with her magnificent vitality and inner harmony education for the past 30 years. We live in extraordinary times, informs Mother. At this pivotal time, our universe is experiencing a massive rebirth, and along with it, a prescient degree of death, disease, despair, and destruction. The rishis of her Vedic Hindu tradition calls this time the Golden Age. Hence, here and now, we're given the perfect opportunity to reorder human intelligence, the awareness necessary to engender inner harmony and peace for all. With myriad backdrops woven with native energies and cultural diversity, from the urban collective of New York, São Paulo, London, Delhi, to the riveting nature of the Amazon, Ganges River, Great Barrier Reef, and the Himalayas, this film demonstrates how nature conspires with us to help us reclaim our innate humanity, that individual awareness that brings instant transformation of the heart. In claiming our awareness of Ahimsa, each of us is converted into a simpler and gentler being, with love, compassion, kindness, and simplicity. Mother Maya cements the indelible bond that binds us together as one spirit in the unbroken circle of our diverse human family. From culture to culture, community to community, and country to country, This documentary explores magical moments of ordinary people's rise into extraordinary healing, into the awareness of living ahimsa. We see how committing to this sacred intent for living in harmony allows us to convert unwholesome ancestral and karmic habituations into love. We witness the stunning transformation of each and every person, to leap from disease to wholeness, despair to joy, and confusion to clarity. In so doing, we experience a shift of the mind, the opening of heart, and blossoming of spirit. Through a kaleidoscope of brilliant rays of light, we see how nature conspires with each and every participant to make them whole and lit from within. This film can be summed up in a few simple words. We experience how simple it is to take back our inner world of health, harmony, and happiness. Living Ahimsa illumines this truth, that first, change must start within. The Living Ahimsa shift of awareness is happening now. It is thriving in the basic field of ordinary life, beyond cultural divides and traditional horizons. It is happening where people, big and small, educated or not, are finding themselves actively immersed in the dawning of personal transformation. The hero and heroine of this documentary is the simple person who recognizes the true wealth and beauty of life is found in inner peace, and that love is the greatest remedy for healing the person, family, community, and world. Ahimsa is a Sanskrit word which means absence of the desire to hurt. In the practice of nonviolence, advocated by notable world leaders such as Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., and Nelson Mandela, we have learned that the best way to improve the world is to improve oneself, rather than tell others how to live. The most arduous battle is the war within a mind in conflict, a mind which is distracted by emotions like stress, violence, illness, anger, and so on. As Mother Maya exuberantly journeys onward on the Living Ahimsa World Tour, she appeals to thousands of participants from a multitude of religions, cultures, and social traditions. The Living Ahimsa documentary will reach and influence millions of like-spirited citizens who recognize the oneness we share with each other, who embrace all religions, traditions, and culture on the new pathway of an ancient peace. Our collective vow of ahimsa has a profound impact on the cosmic psyche of peace and the actualization of a world at peace. At this extraordinary moment in time, Mother calls on the human family to make a commitment to living ahimsa, the life-honored oath to invest in personal harmony, reject violence, listen and hear each other, respect both our individual and collective ancestral traditions. For this, we invoke the vow of ahimsa in thought, speech, and action. The vow is not a mental decision or emotional promise. It is a sankalpa, a sacred intent that gets deeply seated within the higher mind, that serves as a perennial reminder that each and every moment of our life is guided by ahimsa. Once taken, this intent becomes first priority in our lives. It acts as the filter through which we make choices that support serenity. We learn that simply by utilizing every ray of light that streams into our awareness, we pierce through to the bottom of darkness and expose hope and love. After all, We humans are the transformers that conduct light into love and intelligence into harmony. A central crest of the Living Ahimsa Power of Peace Tour is the practice of meditation and the creation of a peace mandala that honors the Mother Consciousness. In each community Mother goes to, we see the Living Ahimsa mandala being created from bountiful food grains of Mother Nature, a symbol of maternal abundance. Every mandala draws from the spiritual essence of the community and takes shape and form from the energy of participants whose powerful intent influences its creation. It is awesome to observe each mandala reflecting the specific collective awareness of the community in terms of size, shape, colors, and essential energy. We can feel the palpable psyche of the ancients of each land, permeating the psyche of Living Ahimsa participants in the action of peace, love, and light. High up in the mountains of Matutu, we see a hawk, 5-foot wingspan beneath the sun, its buoyant body wet from morning dew. It glides like a spectacular seraph, reflecting the aurora borealis colors of this pristine part of the world. Circling the peak grandly while lording over the inhabitants of the lowland, the angel bird seems to follow me, safeguarding my movement along this climb. The air is thin, glimmering silver, as you would expect it to be, 2,500 meters above the sea. A beautiful woman dressed in white crosses the fields. She calls out, "Time for us to go to the satsanga, Mother." Matutu calls. I'm eager to meet the residents of this austere community where the religion of the Daimi is shared as a way of living in kindness. It is evident that this mountain itself determines who lives here, who survives, who thrives, and who does not. We are in Rio. Mother is giving darshana to a long queue of women and men who wish to receive her blessings. Carol, a slim woman in her early 60s and a psychologist, confides she has not been able to work for the past 22 years. She suffers from mental anguish and inexplicable fears. Mother holds her hands and whispers something to her. Carol accompanies the Living Ahimsa tour to 2 other cities, Belo Horizonte and Garopaba. At the end of the tour, Carol has changed so completely she's barely recognizable. Dressed in a vibrant floral skirt, she exudes a striking sense of vitality. She says she has not felt such revitalization and hopefulness in years, and is eager to get home and begin her work anew. In a matter of days, she learns that the solution to her challenges is simple and alive within her. To Carol and many millions of women and men like her, inner harmony and happiness had become elusive.